So we're going to go on a little voyage today. We're going to time date you. It's 1492, and Christopher Columbus, what did he do? He sailed the ocean blue. Well, I've come as Christopher Columbus. So I have a question for all of you at this time. Was the world round in 1492? Geographically, was the world round?
Yes.
How many say the world was flat, geographically? I want you to understand this. The world geographically was in fact round, but in the mind of the people, the world was flat. So in essence, the world was flat. So I'm here to tell you that healing comes from the inside out. Healing does not come from the outside in. And that's very, very important for you to get that into your spirit. There's not enough that you can do to your body from the outside that's going to promote optimal health. Listen to the next little nugget I want to give to you. Between 1650 and 1850, half the transoceanic voyagers that left London died of a condition called scurvy. Very good, class. Very good. Do you know that they found the cure for scurvy happened to be in something called a lime that had vitamin C that stopped people from dying? Very significant. Do you know that's why they call English sailors limeys? Because of the limes. They never had fresh fruits and vegetables, always salt pork. But here's the nugget, very significant nugget. It took 200 years for people to accept the fact that the vitamin C in this lime promoted health and prevented death. Let's say right now I'm in London, England in 1650. And I was asking you mothers to allow your sons to come with me on a voyage. And then I have found what I would say is the cure for scurvy. It's a lime. How many of you who heard that your next door neighbors have died of scurvy would allow your son to come on the ship with me that day? Think about that. Think about that, because guess what? Right now today, I'm going to give you answers to health questions that you've been plagued with, that you have fear. We're here to set you free. Is that exciting? Yeah. You know what fear is? Fear is false evidence appearing real. So today is your day to put your foot in the Red Sea into the Jordan River. Always remember this. God made or man tampered. Always go with God made. Avoid man tampered. So let's start off with the little nuggets that you have in front of you right there. I've been blessed to write several books, as Pastor Steve mentioned to you. And the very first book that we're just going to discuss briefly today is this book right here. It's Dr. Bob's Guide to Optimal Health. It's a devotional. You see, most patients will say to me, it's too hard, Dr. Bob. I don't know where to start. We're going to start right in the beginning. This is devotional divided up into 18 health patterns over 12 months. So 12 months from now, I could come back, and everybody in this room should be different. It'll be the easiest 12 months of your life. Back in 1991, I used to drink a half a bottle of Tanqueray gin every day. That was starters. Then I had a little wine, a little Frangelica. And by the grace of God, at 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, I was forever released from alcohol. And from that moment in my life, I've never been the same. Some of you could have addictions. Alcohol, chocolate, soda, sweets, cheesecake, pornography, alcohol, cigarettes. The reason I bring that up is whatever you're addicted to is keeping you from hearing the voice of God that's inside of you. So the first nugget, tomorrow morning when you wake up, in Genesis, the Holy Spirit hovered over water. All of you, I would encourage you to drink more water. Water. If you would like to start to purify your body, start your day with a hot cup of water or a warm cup of water and put a wedge of lemon in it. Squeeze the lemon, put it in the water, sip on the water, and then eat the lemon. Why? Because it's going to stimulate an organ in your body that I believe in my heart is causing most health challenges today. It's not the oil filter, it's your liver. Your liver is your key to health. This lemon in hot water will promote proper digestion in your body. Hot water and lemon. Now I'm going to give you a little nugget. Now today you need a sharp pencil that's small is a lot better than a long memory. Or is it the other way around? Long pencil, short memory. What I want you to do is listen to this little nugget. How many of you snore? How many want to admit that you snore? Okay? What I have found from my experience is that people who snore tend to be acid. Now in your body you have an acid pH and an alkaline pH. And the pH is a measure of acid and alkaline. Acid being like vinegar, alkaline being like baking soda. I have found from my experience that people who snore tend to be acid. So I normally, and if I eat wheat, which I rarely eat wheat, only if I go out to eat dinner, if I eat wheat that night I might have a tendency to snore. We don't encourage wheat, but we'll talk about that as the morning goes on. So when I have wheat, I always make sure I have water and lemon. So here's a little nugget for you. If you snore, tonight, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, it's okay to have your hot water lemon at night also. Eat the lemon. If you snore, stop eating wheat at night before you go to bed. Eliminate wheat at dinner time because it's going to make your pH acid. So the very first nugget I want to give to you today is water. Now, what kind of water? You want water from a pure source. We don't encourage tap water. We just don't. Why not? Because they put chemicals in tap water. Actually, some of you could have your health challenge because of the water that comes out of your shower, because there's chlorine in it. Not that chlorine is bad, and I say that in a very nice diplomatic way. Chlorine itself is very antagonistic to your thyroid gland. I would like you to drink water from a pure source, water that's been purified. Now you have to watch spring waters. Now I'm not an expert on all the different waters that are found in the world, but I can tell you this. Not all spring waters are the same. Not all water that you buy in the store is the same. In our home we have a purifier, a reverse osmosis unit. I would encourage you, that's a good thing to invest in because you want water from a pure source. I'm going to share a little thought, because I'm here to make you think today also. The average tap water has been through 6 people's toilets. See, Dr. Bob, what are you saying? I can tell you in the next 10 or 15 years, you know, and I'm sure that some of you probably take some prescription medication because we live in a prescription medication society. When your prescriptions aren't useful anymore, what do they suggest you do with them? Flush them down the toilet. Where do you think those go? They go to your water filtration plant. Do you think that your water filtration plant is capable of processing all the new modern chemicals today? No. So do you know what we're slowly doing to ourselves? We're poisoning ourselves. So I can tell you in the future they're going to tell people to stop putting their drugs in the toilet. When a person takes a steroid or hormone replacement type of medication and they urinate, and I'm going to be right down on it, and they urinate and it goes into the toilet, guess what? It's going to go through the water system and you're drinking somebody else's urine. So I want you to drink water from a pure source. They've done studies in Florida. And fish have been shown up to become mutated because of the water that's coming through the filter system. So, not to make you a little bit nervous, drink water from a pure source. I do not encourage distilled water. We have just found from our experience that distilled water doesn't necessarily promote life. So I want you to drink purified water, water with lemon. Awesome idea.